Okay, hello, welcome to Fallout London. So this is, for those who aren't aware, a huge overhaul mod for Fallout 4, been in the making for several years. A similar amount of content to the original game and a lot of other interesting things. This is fairly self-explanatory. The concept is, what if the Fallout series was set in London? That means all new factions, and in as much as the original Fallout satirized America, this Fallout will be kind of a satirical take on all things British. The original Fallout 4 was one of my favourite games of all time, and I'm also a person who has spent quite a few years of my life living in London. I've lived in 3 different parts of London. I'm quite familiar with the city, and so I'm really interested to see how do these two things fit together. How are they actually going to pull off this concept? So before we go into this, a couple of things to mention. First of all, if you'd like to try the mod yourself, you will need the original Fallout 4 game. I will leave a link in the description to where you can get that, as well as the mod itself. Secondly, if enough people like what I'm doing with this video, I will certainly consider doing a full series of this, and if that does go ahead and happen, do go ahead and check the playlist link in the description. All episodes will be included on that link. And thirdly, this is as new to me as it probably is to a lot of the people watching this, so I am going to try to absorb as much of the story as possible. That includes the opening narrative in the opening video, so it is worth paying attention to that. Without further ado, let's start a new game, and let's jump in.
War. War never changes. Since the dawn of man, when tribes beat each other to death over necessities, the will to power has been the driving force of mankind. When the great fires of humanity's ambition ravaged the earth, it was not our doing, for the bloodiest chapter of human history had only begun. Britain was not spared the hellfire, and London, a monument to mankind's ambition, was returned to the state of nature. Those who emerged from the ashes did so from a network of underground bunkers known as Pindar stations. And so it was that the embers of civilization would ignite once again. Over a century later, through the military might of the Tommies, an aristocratic parliament continues to give orders. But few are still listening. In the Tower Hamlets, the 5th column rises. Training drums beat and uniforms march, all in the name of their dear leader, Eve Varney. Across the Thames, in the pastures of Richmond, a great army gathers strength. Styled on the Camelot Knights of days past, they're headed once more unto the breach. For there are whispers of angels beneath this hallowed land, a curtain of illusion and intrigue, a puppeteer behind the scene. Only one thing is certain. Those who take the road to Westminster will be forever changed. Because in mankind's pursuit of power, there is no price too high, no life too valuable, and no ideal too sacred. Because war never changes.
Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Stand clear of the doors, please.
Okay, we're going to be a male.
Subject has been performing adequately. No spikes and visuals, nothing unusual.
Perfectly usual.
Quiet. Smythe will be pleased.
How are they in appearance?
Uncertain. Perhaps we should take a closer examination.
Alright, so it's time to build our character. I will check back in with you guys once I'm done. Alright, I think this will do. So, a little bit of a story here behind our character. This is going to be Percival. And the idea of Percival is he, as you can see, was created in the lab. He was supposed to be modeled after an old Imperial line infantryman, but the product was never quite finished. He came out slightly incomplete. So he is a very good soldier, or he will be once we've trained him up, but he is lacking certain characteristics that would have been good to have. So for one thing, he is not a very intelligent man. He is, however, a very lucky man. He's good at staying alive. He's very perceptive. He's going to have good agility, but he is not going to be particularly strong, not particularly charismatic, and he's going to kind of rely on sticking close to people he trusts and surviving as best he can without having to use his brain too much. That's the idea for our character. We'll see how things play out. I'm not going to be too dogmatic about how we stick to that, but let's kick things off.
Excellent. A rapid progress is being made, and with zero anomaly.
I don't know about that.
Now, what about their physical and mental development?
Alright, so in terms of our special, we are Percival, as I mentioned. Our strength is going to be a basic 3. That's enough to hopefully get us through the early game, which is a bit more melee heavy from what I understand. Perception should be at least 5. Endurance, again, at least 3. Charisma. This guy's not very smart, but I don't want him to just be a boring 1-1 build. I think it's a bit more interesting to at least have some kind of charisma if we're going to have no intelligence. Agility should be at least 5, and luck. This guy is going to be a pretty lucky guy. That is how he tends to survive. So we're going to go with luck of 6. So we've got 2 points left to distribute. I think we go with 1 in endurance and 1 in agility. So not completely balanced, but not completely imbalanced either. These are the, I forgot what they're called, traits. So traits are basically optional perks. You can have up to 2 of them. They have both positives and negatives associated with them. So let's have a quick look through them. So Acrobat makes us faster, but we lose 50 pounds of carrying capacity. Chemhead means we are weaker when not under the influence of chems, but we do stay under the influence of chems for 4 times as long. Interesting idea, but not for this particular character. Claustrophobia, we are better out in the open. 4 eyes makes us better with perception when we're wearing glasses. This guy doesn't need glasses. He came out of the lab, his eyes are working fine. He just has perception through some kind of spidey senses. So gifted, he's not gifted. Heavy-handed, he's not going to be a melee character really. Power attacks are meaningless. That sounds kind of interesting, but not for this particular character. Hoarder means when you're over-encumbered, you can no longer move. So it's a bit like the old kind of Oblivion over-encumbrance mechanic. Sounds really annoying when you do get over-encumbered. I'm going to say no to that. Kamikaze is also pretty interesting. You take 20% more damage, but you regenerate action points way faster. Night Owl, pretty self-explanatory. You are more intelligent and perceptive at night, but the opposite during the day. I'm not sure if we can go much lower than 1 intelligence, but Numbskull, of course, it's gonna have to be the case. We are the Numbskull. So we get +1 strength, endurance, and luck, but our intelligence may never exceed 3. So that's actually kind of generous as far as I'm concerned. We can still go with +2 intelligence from what we currently have. Puritan, our body is a temple, +1 strength and endurance. This is reversed if the player drinks alcohol or uses chems, excluding Stimpaks, Radex, and Radaway. Not going to go for that. I think we do want the option, with this being our first playthrough, we do want the option of being able to use drink and chems at some point. Sleepwalker is, I guess it's kind of like the Wild Wasteland trait from Fallout New Vegas. Is it a gift or a curse? Who knows? You often find yourself waking up in strange places with no memory of how you got there. We've got to see what happens with that. That's got to be done. So those are going to be our 2 traits.
Gentlemen, I trust everything is going well.
Tremendously so. In fact, it may be our best work yet.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with
The
that.
subject looks ready for conditioning. Within a week or so, we can wrap up Phase 1.
Thank you, sir. I'll set Phase 1 on autopilot.
See that it's done.
Seems to be rousing a bit.
Not to worry. Let's put them back under.
Oh. He's dead. So we hear guns going off. We can see people entering from the left. Shooting someone down, and all goes still. And with that, the game officially begins. We are free to move. So the Broken Angel quest has started. We need to escape the facility. We are currently in our cracked pod. You can see ourselves just here. Let's get our fists out, and we're going to break through the glass and begin to explore the facility. A little bit more to go. And we're out. Okay, so let's have a quick look around. So we got the mysterious scientist just there. We're gonna go ahead and take his thing. So I guess welding gloves would have been good if you did go for the +1 perception from glasses. I don't know if they really count as glasses. There's gonna be a couple more dead bodies. I have, of course, just played out the opening section previously just to make sure this does work reasonably well with my settings. I will include some details of my settings in the description, but if you need technical help, if you are trying this for yourself, Excalibur sounds interesting. If you are trying this for yourself, I do recommend that you go to the official Discord. If you do have any difficulties, there's also an official website, which I assume will have some kind of troubleshooting, some kind of guide. There's not really too much else to see in this room. I am curious, can we get through to where they broke in? It looks like they came down from the top. We don't currently have a torch, so I think we just move on. So we open up the first door. There's some turpentine in the toolbox. Open up the second door. Machine gun turret which has been taken out. A few bullets firing in our direction. We'll take the enhanced targeting card. That should be good for scavenging later on. I don't think these bullets are actually aimed at us, so we're free to move through. Still all seems dark. One mistake I did make is thinking I could just run through this fire. Do not try that, you'll be killed. Then we go through to the next door. This takes us out into some kind of lab. So we've got bone cutters, microscope, medical liquid nitrogen dispenser. That seems like it could have some pretty good rare components. Just have a quick look around here too. So if we run about, we can see there is some kind of emblem, some kind of logo. So it's presumably one of the factions in the game, not really sure about this. You can see the A just there. We can also see t-shirt and slacks with the GOG logo. And this terminal, it just has various credits of folks who've contributed to the mod, proof of concept, but not actually part of the storyline. I did get stuck in this room for quite a while when I did my test run, because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be here. We do have the teapot and the tea, so we're already seeing the Britishness coming through. I don't think we need those. We're just going to leave those behind. And what we want to do next is run straight across. It's not very easy to see, but there is a door just here, so we open that up. And we step through to the next room. I think this is all pretty empty, so we go through to this room too. And in this room, we see our first, what will become, spoiler alert, not really a real spoiler, our first opponent, which is this weird-looking rat thing. So we can see there's a terminal just here, there's a bone cutter again. I don't think there's anything worth picking up. Actually, bobby pin we definitely do want, so 3 bobby pins. Help us break through some locks if we need to. Patch suit in the footlocker, that might be good for charisma. We can always drop this stuff later, we're going to be nowhere near capacity at this point. Let's jump onto the terminal. So, mission STH point, I suppose. Unauthorized content detected. External mainframe access detected. Automatic access protocol initiated. I have redacted and corrupted your file. So they're not going to tell us too much. These log entries I'll just have a quick read and summarize. Okay, so they've been experimenting on the rad shrews. They're particularly proud of the rad shrew they call Big Dave, who is presumably the one in the cage, not really sure. They're going to introduce more vitamins to their diet. They're simultaneously going to reduce their feed to see how they cope. I predict a lot of them will die, so we better get the nets ready to capture some more. Smythe, who is as far as I can tell, the leader of this particular faction, he should be content with the results. Progress has been made. Exciting new things have been discovered. Not only did the rad shoes surpass expectations, but some of the results correlated with our prized subjects next door. That's ominous. So the rad shrew, a small carnivorous mammal. I mean, it's a shrew affected by rads. I'm not going to read all of that. I think it's fairly self-explanatory. So we release the door, and yeah, so they are going to jump out. There's actually more than one of them. So this, I guess, is Big Dave. Anyway, he's dead. Just kill these before they can hurt us. They're pretty slow to attack. So fuse there, we'll take that. We will take all of this. Yeah, I don't know if any of this stuff is going to be useful later, but we have plenty of capacity. I think we also unlocked this door to the next place. See, the ground does shake, but no further opponents in this room. So this is the equivalent of the Pip-Boy for this mod. Also some kind of belt. Pip-Boy 3000 Mark IV. Corrupted data. So yeah, there is a Pip-Boy, but it looks like they've used it to create this device. So we pick up the device, and this is presumably going to be with us throughout the mod. We can see the Union flag at the top. It does have that A logo on it too. Seems to be based on a tape recorder. You can also see in this mod the, what's it called? The Vault Boy. It's been replaced by a similar but slightly different character. So they've changed quite a lot. Lots of UI changes. We can see the Sleepwalker perk, but actually the Numbskull perk doesn't directly appear. But we can see, because our luck is 7, our agility is 6. Charisma's gone up to 3, strength has gone up to 4. We can see that stuff does work, so we are going to be limited to just 3 intelligence absolute max, but that's fine. Could affect us, stop us getting some useful perks. We got 3 choices for radio stations. So the Crystal Palace station is, I think, they do each have different hosts, but I'm not going to be playing these due to YouTube copyright restrictions, unfortunately. But the Crystal Palace station, I think, is just the original music from the original game. The Mend is a bit more British themed. From what I could tell, they do have some pretty good tracks on there. Broadcast Ministry, I think, is just classical music. Got the utility belt too, not sure exactly what that does. Okay, what else is there? So there's Smythe's Terminal. This requires us to play the minigame. I'm not particularly great at this, but we need to guess the password. So Turn has 0 likeness with it. So it's not going to be Corn, because Corn is pretty similar to Turn. Scene also ends with an N. These all end with Ns. Ward is different, but also 0 likeness. Shouldn't have gone for that because it does have an R in the 3rd letter. Let's go for Doom. And yeah, you can kind of cheese these a bit, because when you're about to be locked out, you can just jump out and just redo it. So Unit has 1 likeness. So it's not going to be lots. What has 2 likeness? We'll try stay, but yeah, it doesn't work, we get locked out. So Smythe's Terminal probably gives us a bit more information, but we are no longer able to access. I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to play around too much with that. 2 more bobby pins in the toolbox, that's good to have. This thing appears to just be there for flavor. Door controls, we'll activate these. So the Attaboy docking port allows us to access that. We open the way through, an alarm goes off. Alright, let's move out to the left. So we're on the other side of the fire. See another body. So nothing else there that we need. Let's continue to push through. There is another machine gun turret that's been taken out. We'll take the useful supplies. Another killed scientist here.
It's got no power. The bloody thing won't budge. You ain't nothing, Johnny. You're more useless than a fucked clock. Winston, you have a go.
You got it, boss. Uh-huh. Yeah. No power. I can be routed from the main network. But...
What the fuck's that on the camera? Right outside, look. Ain't they one of the boys? I don't give a fuck. Just get us out of here. They'll have to find their own way.
Rerouting to emergency power.
Okay, and we have a problem.
Onwards and upwards.
We need to find the torch. First off, we've got a first aid kit here, which I can't actually see, but we'll take that stuff. We can see the torch just there. Let's run towards it. So this is going to be added to our Pip-Boy. There is a dead scientist on top of it, which is making this slightly tougher. There we go, we take the torch. So the torch, I think, does just connect directly into the Pip-Boy. Either that or it's a separate thing, but we can switch that on. And we can start to see a little bit more. So let's try and find our way through. Back into first person, slightly easier to see. Yep, so we take the door through here. Let's have a little look for useful things that could come in handy later. So, aluminium can, not aluminum. That's correct by British standards. Good attention to detail if they did change that on purpose. Specimen jars. There's got to be some useful stuff in here. So, vacuum tubes. I'm not going to waste too much time with this, but I just know some of this stuff will come in handy later. Ivy bag. Let's grab that. Expired syringe. Can't imagine that's going to be very useful. Ooh, another first aid kit. So another Ivy bag. Rad-X to help us resist radiation. Okay, let's move on. So into the next room. Another dead scientist. Once again, nothing too interesting on her. Okay, that's a bit of a nothing room. And we're back into main zone. No way through this door. And this, I believe, is Smythe.
Where are you going? I doubt you'll make it far, someone such as yourself. You were more useful as a lab rat. But alas, it seems I'm not long for this world. It's a shame, really. There was so much I wanted to do. Off you go, then. Be seeing you.
Emergency decontamination in effect.
So, I'm going to make an early prediction. I don't think he dies. I don't think he dies like that. We did not see him die. I feel like they've left that ambiguous for a reason. Ooh, another bobby pin box. So it's always worth exploring around. That's going to come in handy, for sure. Okay, can't access this door either. No way we can pick an expert lock at this point, so let's use the cool button, get in the lift.
Going up.
And this should take us into London Bridge tube station. Okay, here we are. So, slightly creepy looking mannequin up there, but he's not a real person.
You are quite the wayfarer, aren't you? Escaping all that hubbub. With all you've been through, I'm impressed. It seems I neglected to introduce myself. Very unprofessional of me. I'm Mr. Smythe. And you? Well, it doesn't matter who you are. Now, I'm sure you have many questions, and perhaps someday I'll answer them. But for now, wayfarer, let's not stand on parade. Since I'm all for giving one a sporting chance, I've unlocked the doors. Go. Stay safe, and remember, mind the gap.
Something very weird about this. Clearly a pre-recorded message. So he must have known that some of his experiments would reach this point. which makes me all the more skeptical about whether he's really dead. This looks like some kind of dead World War I soldier. Government property, no trespassing. Okay, let's put on our torch. Pretty sure there are no enemies here. Just gonna have a quick look around. We've got the iconic red phone boxes. Bodies and mannequins. Clearly a lot of people killed here during the war. Okay, is this infested with rats? I'm not gonna try and drink it. We haven't lost any hit points. Okay, up the broken escalators. This one appears to be a complete dead end, so let's not bother with that. We'll jump back down. Pretty nice job. Old London Underground logo with London Bridge as expected. And this will take us to the train station. So I've pretty much started playing this mod within just a few days of it being released. And there have been a few crashes at this train station, but as far as I can tell, things do tend to get a lot more stable after that. So I'm cautiously optimistic that we will be able to do a playthrough here if we want to. This will take us up to the train. Okay, let's move out. So there's a little bit around here at the back. Whoa, I did not expect to see anything there. Rad shrew. This time they do attack us, and I'm punching very slowly. Yeah, these ones are a lot more active. They did say in the terminal that there are some pretty big ones at the station. Oh, can't even tell which ones are alive and dead. I lost half of my hit points just taking those on. He's quite a chunky fella. I'll take the teeth. Feel like those could be useful. I swear there was something else though. I guess we can't get through here. No, okay, that's fine. So we are supposed to go this way. Just checking. Can't get through there. Okay. So we found our first novice lock. So very easy to open. Don't even have to move things around. Wow. Find a note. Do it. I'll take the knife. Can I use that? Let's have a look. Is it a weapon? No. Okay. Never mind. So there's a body, there's a guy who says do it. I don't trust this. Maybe there's some kind of weird thing that happens. I'll take the leather bag. I'm sure it does nothing. Yeah, if I jump over there, I'm pretty sure I just die. I'm not risking that. I don't know what that's about. I might be wrong, but I mean, I wouldn't do that. Even someone as lacking in wits as Percival is not going to fall for that. Well, there must be some way out. I literally can't see any other way to go, and I swear this didn't happen in my first test playthrough, so I've done a quick save. I'm sure this just kills us. Surely it does. Yeah. Delayed death animation. So as expected, that's not what we're supposed to do. There must be something. Okay, the lift takes us back down, but this time we've lost half of our health. So that didn't quite go to plan. Can we go through here instead? Ah, we can. London Bridge Station. Okay. I don't think there was much of a point going up there. That didn't really help us at all. Okay, so a couple of propaganda posters. Let's move our way through. Wouldn't be surprised if we see more of those shrews. But, no, bandage scissors. I was hoping for something slightly better than that. Check the toilets. Nothing great, but good to see they are in the same condition they are as pre-war. Oh, okay. Couple more rad shrews. We can see they're moving away from us. I'm a little bit nervous here because I'm already pretty close to death. Just gonna back off. Hopefully we can stop them getting a hit on us. Very ugly creatures. Alright, I'm trying not to use a stim pack, although I think we don't even have one. It's kind of down to luck. So another shrew just there. Disturbs the body. That one goes down easy. I assume we can eat the meat. So we've got a bowler hat, walking cane. Ooh. Alright, I keep getting caught out by these things. What is that? That's got to be a ticket. We are going to need that. Does help us get through. I'm sure there's at least one more. Yeah, I can see movement in there. Alright. Do they jump? I mean, they can be fast when they want to. Nope, that one goes down easy. I'll take the meat. Birthday cake. Okay, well, we have the ticket. Let's go through. No further sign of danger. I think because my hit points are as low as they are, let's not mess around. Let's just get straight to the train. That's clearly not the way. Try up the left. This is more like it. And we've made it to London. So London in the year 2077 is a place scarred by the aftermath of resource war and one that is struggling to survive the European Civil War. Okay, we've made it to the train. Let's hop on board.
Mind the gap. Doors closing.
And let's just enjoy the view. So, there we go, we can see. This gives us a small sneak peek of what can be seen in London and what's left of it. Bromley. A pretty nice place. Okay, we can see lots of submerged buildings, some kind of poster. Building over there. Not sure what that is, possibly Canary Wharf. You can see the river, what's left of it. Something about leaves on the track, and then we crash. And there we go, that is the intro segment complete. Okay, the train has crashed, but the game has not. So that's a promising start. So Lab Rat, whatever those scientists did to you, it took its toll on your body. Until you find a cure for this ailment, you'll take 10% extra damage in combat. Further investigation into your origins may lead you to the remedy. Railway Spine, that crash left you rattled, and it'll take more than a stim pack to fix this kind of damage. Until you seek out a medical professional, you will deal 10% less damage in combat. So a couple of minor nerfs to kick us off. Let's put our torch on. Need to seek out a doctor. Okay. Now let's move ahead. We can see it's dark, it's rainy, and there are 3 figures up ahead. These are the 3 figures we heard talking earlier, but they're not going to be hostile. Let's go say hello.
Bloody hell, what was that?
Sounded painful if you ask me.
Better not be those dogs up to something. I swear if it is.
Not everything's the dogs, Johnny.
You look like shit, mate. You alright? This one just came off the train, boss.
Quiet, the both of you. Well, well, well. If it isn't the Lab Rat. You made it out. You're in a right state, ain't you? Never had a crash round here before.
Okay. Charisma clearly too low for us to ask for water. We are in a state, but we did already look like that. I'm in a state, if you looked in the mirror, okay, this guy is, yeah, Percival, he's a nervous fella. We're not gonna be antagonistic right now. We're still figuring out what's going on.
Sebastian Gaunt. And these dredges are Chill Winston and Johnny Shrapnel. But you can ignore Johnny. We're the Vagabonds.
We're the roughest, toughest, sharpest gang round these parts. Not like the dogs.
Snuff it, Johnny. Don't scare away our new acquaintance. So, who are you exactly?
Not really sure. Woke up in a lab, lost and confused. Train wreck. These are all basically the same option.
Only the gentry use those trains. Looks like you're a wayfarer now, like the rest of us.
Okay, I don't think I'm a gentry. Who are the dogs? Let's ask that first.
The Isle of Dogs Syndicate. Johnny gets a bit excited about him. Yeah, well, you don't look like it.
What is this place?
Lewisham, or what's left of it.
Lewisham. So I missed it earlier, but we are in a place called New Cross, South London. I'm not in good shape, I need a doctor.
Wayfarer. Seems like you got two choices. You could head down that way to the Thames folk. Ain't exactly pleasant to look at, but appearances can be deceiving. They may even know a thing or two about that lab, seeing as they sold us the location. Otherwise, you can stick it out with me and my mates. We help you out, you help us out.
Okay, so Thames Haven, Thames folk, something weird about them. How can I help them out?
Let's just say that we're not the only gang sniffing around London. And we need help dealing with the competition. Obviously, we'd give you a little pick-me-up first.
So what would Percival do? Well, he's a nervous fella, as we mentioned. He is going to feel more comfortable staying close to the three guys who aren't killing him, especially having nearly died, taking on a couple of shrews. What's wrong with the Thames folk?
How can I put this nicely? They look like chewing gum stamped into the pavement.
I think I'll try my luck in Thames Haven. No, we're going to stick with these three.
We could use an extra pair of hands.
Here, take this for the road. Its best days are behind it.
So we've leveled up to level 2. We also get Balisong, a gift from Sebastian Gaunt. It's seen better days than Old Blighty, but nothing a sharp-eyed blacksmith couldn't work out. So it's rusted. We can see that much. Okay, so we need to move along with these guys, but first let's make sure we equip this. Check our stats situation. So we have got our hit points back, thankfully, after that slightly painful start. So, perk options. We've got our all-new perk menu, which we'll need to work our way through. So, Lady Killer, 10% damage to the opposite sex, and unique dialogue options. Confirmed Bachelor, similar thing, but better against men. We can level up our special stats if we want to. I'm pretty sure we will have other options that might be better. So, Iron Fist, do more damage with punching, do more damage with melee weapons. Better modding on weapons, we're going to ignore that for now. We're way too early to think about that stuff. I'm not going to worry about pickpocketing. Rifleman, I think we are going to be a gunner character. Does make sense with the special stats we've picked, but it's again too soon for that. New damage resistances and VATs could be useful for a first playthrough. Locksmith to pick advanced locks. Demolition expert, again, no actual demolition we have access to right now. Extra damage resistance could be really useful, likewise extra hit points. Still, most of these stats are from the original game. Take less radiation from eating or drinking, we don't want to do that anyway, that's a bit of a last resort. Chem resistant, we're not going to be depending on chems just yet. Being over encumbered no longer prevents us from fast travelling, and merchants will pay an extra 5% for your hoard. Really like the sound of that, but it's a bit too soon. Ticket collector, buying and selling is cheaper. Troubadour, persuading someone with special perk or a trait gives 25% more XP. When adventuring without a companion, we take 15% less damage and carry weight increases by 50. That's not the kind of thing we're going to go for. I think we want to keep our options open. Bans, the path to our quickest quest target is displayed in VATs. Again, could be useful for a first playthrough. Keep looking through. So Gunslinger, pistols do more damage. Commando, automatic weapons, more damage. Sneak is not bad to have. Mr. Sandman, kill people in their sleep. Bit situational. Action Boy, almost certainly going to be helpful, but not urgent. Again, I'm just going to check everything out first. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to make sure we know our options before we go any further. Okay, safer while we sprint. That seems quite good too. Scrounge is one I always like. Extra ammunition. Don't have to buy as much. Fortune Finder. Learn to discover hidden wealth and find more tickets in containers. So I guess tickets are the equivalent of bottle caps. That's the impression I'm getting. Bloody Mess, 5% more damage. Enemies explode into gory paste. Mysterious Stranger comes out and finishes off our opponents sometimes in VATs. That's a good one to have. This is the one I'm looking for. Idiot Savant. We know we're stuck with low intelligence. We're not stupid, just different. Randomly receive 3 times more XP from any action, and the lower our intelligence, the greater the chance. So that is obviously good for us. Gets us leveling up pretty quickly. Critical Banker, we're a bit too early in the game for that stuff. So yeah, let's go straight for Idiot Savant. And let's move on. So Swan and Mitre follow the vagabonds. Not put the knife away.
A new face. You sticking round?
Guess so.
You're right. Didn't your mum teach you better?
What? What have I done to that guy? I guess I ran into him.
You're the one helping out. Good to see ain't everybody out to get us.
Okay, I've just had my first crash, so gonna make a couple of changes. So we've changed the automatic save to every 5 minutes. And we're just gonna see how this goes. Hopefully that was just a one-off. It is a known thing that there are some crashes when you first kick off the game. I did install all of the recommended mods.
Right, as this seems to be a prime rabbit in the headlights situation, I'll give you a rundown of who's who in Old Blighty, shall I? First up, there's us. We're the Vagabonds. Used to be big names in South London till a couple of things went awry. But enough about that till later. The cunts who made things go awry are the Isle of Dogs Syndicate. There's a fucking lot of them, and they all walk around with the gentry reserves in their skyrocket, so they've got tickets to burn. They got that bees and honey dancing with the gentry. The gentry rule from their ivory towers, pissing off their pedestals from Westminster. Forget trying to get in there. Those gates are tighter than a duck's arse. Why are they so tight, you ask? Because they've got the Tommies to defend them. Powerful enough to take the peace, too stupid to keep it. Which means the occasional toe rags crop up and have a punt at Blighty leadership. This brings me to the dress-up factions. Take your pick. Camelot, the oldie Tin Man Knights in Wandsworth, or if you fancy painting it black, you've the Fifth Column Tyrants in Tower Hamlets. Next on the list, you've the twats in the periphery. Hooligans that'll smack you, beefeaters that'll eat you, jack tars will stick a cannon up your arse, roundels in Hackney. Well, they keep to themselves unless you've got a thing against scooters. Miller's men are the slapheads over in Islington. Neighbouring next to them are the Pistols in Camden who want anarchy in the UK. All of that makes sense. So, as life dictates, you should probably stick with us. Know what I mean? The rest you can work out yourself, because I'm tired of monologuing. But yeah, if they shoot at you...
Didn't your mum teach you better?
Ain't your mate. Guns are more common round here these days, ever since Enfield opened its doors to all and sundry. You'll need to keep your head down. You ain't in that test tube anymore, sunshine. Now, left, right, left, right. I think they call it walking.
But you're running. Anyway, that was quite a lot to take in. I guess we'll absorb more knowledge as we play. Not actually sure where we're even going, but we're gonna follow Sebastian here. Someone bad picks on us. I'll go for him first. We can see we're very much out in the open. The red telephone box is standing out. Seems all quiet, all safe.
There it is, Greenwich Station. We've got a small camp across the road.
Okay. Sounds promising. So we're still in South London.
The fuck? What? Ricky, what the fuck?
They attacked us. Took us by surprise.
How many?
2 or 3 IODs.
Fucking dogs. Fuck them all.
And what the fuck were they doing here?
They were... I feel faint.
Christ, you're pathetic. Wayfarer, get a first aid kit from Greenwich Station.
More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything.
If I'm watching you, at least 2 others are doing the same. Don't try nothing.
You're dying, mate. Okay, let's go to Greenwich Station. Okay, some weird looking plant. Corpse cabbage. Grab one of those. Got all of our hit points. Let's get out our trusty knife. I'm assuming they wouldn't send us in here if there's anything too dangerous, but a few more shrews wouldn't be surprising. Let's have a look. Yeah, something's alive in here. Movement indicator is not staying still. Take a couple of tickets. Oh, something's already found us. Oh wow, okay, it's a ghoul. Already facing ghouls. This seems rough. And all we have is our knife. Oh man. Okay, luckily the first hit didn't quite come off for them. So we take a swipe from that ghoul, but nothing too bad. Okay, we don't have to go too far. There's a first aid kit just there. Hopefully it was just the one. Let's grab some more tickets so we can tell these are going to be useful for us throughout the playthrough. Bench just there. I would be tempted to explore further. It's possible we've already seen everything there is to see. No, this does go further. I'm gonna take my chances. I'm curious what's around. Drinking glass. Hey. Bit of an anticlimax, just the toilet. Well, fine. Let's drop back down and let's grab our first aid kit. No sign of any opponents. Water cooler just there. What if we drink it? Let's try it. Okay, +3 rads. Shouldn't have done that. Got the med kit. Can we do anything with this? Nope. Coolant cap. Not going to be useful to us. Coffee cup. Nothing useful. Typewriter could have some useful components, but really too soon to be thinking about that. Okay, let's get back. Okay. Extremely long loading time there, but no game crash, so we're good to go. Let's get back across. No sign of any further combat. They left him on his own.
You came back.
After the IODs ambushed us, I heard them talking. There's gonna be an attack on the Swan and Mitre. The second I managed to give Gaunt that information, he left me here. The Whoreson left me to die.
We know where they went. Suppose we know where they attacked
Probably
them
wanted
to.
to get rid of any reinforcements before the attack. They're clever, I'll give them that.
Unfortunately for you, Ricky, I'm too dumb to give you the first aid kit before I ask you questions.
I suppose.
I've got a bullet in my abdomen. I've seen better days.
And now it finally dawns on us.
Gaunt's gone. And he was the one with the medical know-how. Don't suppose you could fix me up?
I could try. Yeah, do I just wrap this bandage around you? Couldn't I find you a doctor? Wow, okay, this is looking pretty bad.
Unless one happens to walk by, you wouldn't reach one in time.
So we're seeing the first negative of our lack of intelligence. Don't know what happens with Ricky. I'm guessing he dies. What happens if you... Oh
I
wow.
thought you knew what you were doing. Fuck. Go to the Swan and Mitre. Give them dogs hell.
Oh dear.
See you in hell.
That was a bit mean. I did try to help. Well, okay. Ricky died. We'll never know what happens if we keep him alive. That is the nature of Fallout there. You have to make your choices. And you never know what the alternative is. Unless you save scum. Which is always an option. Okay, flares, Radaway, that's good to have. This is probably worth poking around a bit. Seems to be some good supplies. Does this actually lead to anything? So, this is just a boarded up door. Could go to sleep, see if our new perk kicks in. Probably shouldn't do that. So there's a dead vagabond there. Okay. That seems to tell us all there is to know. Let's have a quick look at quest situation. So find Thames Haven, we're not doing that. Travel to the Swan and Mitre. Okay. Do we seek out the doctor first? I think we're fearful enough. We don't want to take too many chances. So this is right towards the southeast of the map. If we have a look actually at the whole of London, we can see the in-game map covers quite a lot of it. We can see several bridges. So one of these will be Tower Bridge for sure. That's got to be Tower Bridge right there. Lots of bridges included. Map does extend into North London too. Okay. This should be interesting to explore if we do continue this as a series. I think we'll check out where's closer. So if we go seek out the doctor first, is that a little bit closer to us? Doesn't tell us. No map marker. Okay, I think that forces our hand. Let's go to the Swan and Mitre instead. So we're gonna have to travel quite far to find this. Could be pretty dangerous. Can we go through here? Looks like we can. Nope. Dead end. It's very dark out still. Might be worth waiting till daytime. Let's have a look. So the local map should tell us a bit more. So if we go to the right, that is apparently a path we can take, and does lead roughly in the right direction. Gonna occasionally check the sneak meter. Just make sure we're not running into trouble. There's clearly life around here. I'm gonna switch that off. It's very dark. Almost can't see anything. I'm gonna switch this back on for now. Should be fairly safe. Nope. Something close by. Leechling. I think I know what this is. So it's a small ground-based opponent. Oh. It's found us. There we go. So, that creepy looking thing. It's not just one of them, there's more than one. Doesn't do too much damage to us. We can kill it in 2 shots. Oh, second one does reach us. Tough to see. Goes down, Idiot Savant kicks in. Do get some extra stats. Another one just there. Tough to see, it's in the bushes. It's not dead. Okay, luckily they don't do too much damage to us. Idiot Savant does kick in quite a lot. Leeches, what do they do for us? I assume we don't eat them, but I could be wrong. Junk. Leeches. Antiseptic and acid. Okay, what do we have in terms of keeping ourselves alive? So Blood Pack does give us a lot of hit points straight up, which is really useful. Excalibur looks pretty good. I'm guessing it's addictive, so need to be a little bit careful. Stim Pack also, so we've got a little bit to keep ourselves alive. Let's quick save just to be safe. And see some kind of discoverable location. I'm guessing there's no other opponent here for now, so let's check this out. I don't even know how to say that. Okay, we're very much in the city. More opponents about. This time it's feral ghouls. Ah, it's a graveyard, I should have known. Alright, let's make ourselves slightly harder to reach. Seems to be quite a few of them. If I can sneak back into the shadows, I will. But I fear they know where I am pretty well. Although, danger is fading. I assume they're still trying to find me. Nope, something's seen me. I could just try and sprint. I could have taken that perk. Take less damage while sprinting, but I fear sprinting all the way to the Swan and Mitre is not the way to do this. Okay. Seem to be getting away with it. Need to hang on to our hit points as best we can. This is looking like a bit of a dead end now. Alright, let's check the map again. So back on the local map, this is... I don't even know, I guess it's a railway or some kind of huge building. This is clearly not the way to go, so we need to turn to the right. And there should be a way forwards. Okay, some very suspicious looking water that we don't want to go near. You managed to avoid it. Possibly more opponents about, so we'll turn the torch off. Couple more bobby pins. Some kind of factory up there. Ooh, feral ghoul just wakes up. Oh wow, okay. I can't even see this thing. There we go. I see it now. It's a tough one. And we're almost dead. So that got us really bad. Okay, we're gonna need both the Stim Pack. Maybe not the Blood Pack. 5 rads if we eat the cabbage fruit. 10 rads the rad shrew meat. So the cabbage fruit is better. I think we just have to take the rads. Not off to a great start there. 3 tickets from the ghoul. Yeah, I can see a second one. We need the Blood Pack. We can't avoid this. He's gonna see us for sure. Oh wow. Is he gonna be dumb enough to go down the steps? I hope so. Yes, he has. Okay, let's try and sneak through. Whoa, wow, I'm contracting tunnel cough. Okay, I guess this isn't the way to go. I'm no longer in tunnel cough zone. Okay, that's not the way to the Swan and Mitre. Okay, fortunately we did save. So, we are back here with very few hit points. Is there a better way to go? Check back on the map. So, yeah, we appear to just be in some terrible rat-infested zone. Clearly taken a bad turn. Gonna have to just go back. Although, it looks legit. It looks like a place we should be able to go. Yeah, this actually takes us back in the safe direction. It's whatever's to our back. Looks really dangerous. So if we do go in this direction, we need to go kind of left, but that's what got us killed. Tunnel cough. Whatever this is, it's got us again. Okay, not the most beginner-friendly of places. Let's just get the hell out of here. So that cost me my stim pack. I could always reload from before that point, but let's just see how things go. If I have to just sprint to this place, I guess I can. I can see a chef symbol. No, I think we just caught a disease that kills us, now I understand. Tunnel cough has ravaged a large swathe of Islington. Horrors are said to emanate from the Islington underground stations. Even Miller's men avoid the plague district. So if we just have this, then we're guaranteed to be in a death loop. There's not really anything we can do about that. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we have tunnel cough ailment, -2 hit points, -2 strength, -2 perception. This is gonna keep killing us. Okay, we've gone all the way back to Ricky. So whatever we did last time, that's not the way. Let's just head out. So technically we're not supposed to be turning to the west, but if we do, we're going back towards what was a beginner zone. We can see there's a main road, which we should reach. I'm not even sure this is a road, it's difficult to tell. But other roads certainly don't appear to work too well. It looks like we could go the opposite direction to where we currently are, follow this road down. Could be worth a go. We know it's going to take us past the graveyard. We have already tried this though. That's what I don't understand. So at this point, we're supposed to be turning right, but that's not a road. We turn right down this direction. Are we on the road? I guess we are. So we're hidden. We're detected by something, but it's not something dangerous. I guess it's that rabbit. Well, hopefully whatever attacks us will attack the rabbit first. So we're detected. We're on a very dark road. Let's keep going. Something weird about that. That's a fallen streetlight. Okay, I'm probably going to turn the brightness up at some point because this is probably not going to translate too well to YouTube, but it's very dark for me as well. I can't really see a thing except what's directly in front of me. Pretty uncomfortable. Okay, let's check the map again. So we're still on a road. We want to go directly ahead, I think. So let's just find... How about this? No, we want to turn right. So we turn right, we find a chain link fence, we go through there, we're back on the road. And see, this is the thing, we come across this. It's actually a wall, it's just a complete wall. So there's no easy way around it. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so I think we've now established we do want to go right, and then right again. So through here is fine. Try to hang on to some of our action points because we're probably going to be attacked. So we're back to Greenwich Station. Yeah, it seems like we should be going this way. It does. But instead of continuing along this road and going by the graveyard. So this is too soon to turn right, so we go slightly further. Okay, slightly further still, so we should come to a crossroads. Once we reach the crossroads, we turn right, but we're under attack by the leechlings. This time round, we know we don't gain much from killing them. I'm just going to run straight past them. Okay, is this the crossroads? Do we turn right here? Not yet, we actually carry on. Because that does appear to be a wall. So carry on down here, still in danger. Just check, it's all behind us. Ooh, maybe not. Another leechling. Not sure where that came from. Did it jump out perhaps? Rad roaches? We're under attack from all sorts. Okay, not too much damage taken. Still in danger though, so something jumps out at us. Tough to see, there we go, leechling. Does a bit of damage to us. Let's go down. And now we're disorientated. Nope, we turn right. So this big wall thing, that's the end of it. We can see what I'm hoping is sunrise. So hopefully we can actually start to see where we're going soon. Back to being hidden. And this does appear to lead us directly in the correct direction. Go back to hidden. Yeah, so sunrise appears to be on its way. Parley. Is this safe? This seems very suspect. Is this a bridge? Or just a road? This is a way we can go. But whatever this is, it looks like some kind of broken road. Whereas the map at least suggests the road we were on before is in fact just a road. Okay, this is definitely a little bit less beginner friendly than the original game, but after a slightly rocky start, we have most of our hit points. In this particular save, we do have our stim pack still, we still have our blood pack. Signs of enemies around. Pretty close to being detected. If we have to sprint through, we can. I'm guessing there could be someone in that building. Let's sneak through. Let's check the situation again. We're about halfway. If we just continue down this road, as long as we don't get detected, nothing to be concerned about. Edward's storage. Not sure what that is. Could just be purely decorative. Tunnel cough. Okay, so now it's suggesting we don't want to be going directly ahead, although we kind of knew that. I will get close enough to discover this. Quarantine. Yeah, we know about tunnel cough. I just want to discover the location without catching it. I'm going to quick save because this would be a stupid reason to catch a disease. I assume we won't catch it if we don't go in. We can't get close enough regardless. Okay. Well, the sun is rising, so we can actually kind of see things now. And still no real sign of opponents along this road. The mod is starting to show that it can look quite nice. I'm liking the skybox. Okay, we have had crash number 2, which game has been running for, in my case, about 90 minutes. So it's not a great situation, it's not terrible. Can I kill this? Do I want to? A little bit mean, but you know what? I could use a rad rabbit leg. Yeah, 2 crashes in 90 minutes. It's not great, but if... well, it's too soon to judge. It could be okay. This looks like it could be the place. No. something supplies. There's an English flag flying outside. Brooks Retail Supplies. This I would assume is safe. Friendly.
Gotta be an end to this someday.
Oh no.
Until then, don't get caught.
Okay. Hooligan. That's, I believe, the equivalent of a raider. We don't want to get involved. So you have to get right into these locations to discover them. I do like to discover locations, but it's not worth it if we get killed. Alright, so it's now daytime. We can see pretty well. Have to be careful because that means they can see us too. Let's just scooch around. Check the map once again. We can at least see where we're going now. So we're pretty close. Let's sprint through. Are those horses? Presumably, these will be fairly tame. Maybe don't want to get too close. They might be a bit territorial. They've detected us. Yeah, they're friendly. Okay, if there was something really dangerous here, it would probably attack us. Kind of curious to get a closer look at those, but let's focus on the task at hand. So we've made it into suburban London, southeast. Just have to climb this hill. Approaching from a bit of a weird angle. Currently hidden. Okay, we see the Union flag. Some kind of barricade. Can I jump over this? Do I want to? Who are these people? These are our friends, right? Yvette?
You're right, quick. Keep moving so I don't have to.
Here we go, we found them. Okay, so...
Look where you're going.
The good news is we've made it to our friends. And we've made it to the Swan and Mitre. So I suppose there are opponents inside, and that's what we're getting ready for. Don't know who Yvette is yet. Let's go inside. We can get our hands on a gun. That would be great.
Looks like I found this.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm just here with my pocket knife, so I'm gonna be...
I know the better venture.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, I totally help defend. So I have to go straight to Yvette, apparently. Let's go have a word. Wasn't too much trouble there. They did have guns, so I should go and pick one of those up. She is walking very quickly away. Is she still fighting someone?
Hey, you that fresh face Gaunt mentioned?
I am.
You trying to sound tough, sweetie? Well, I've no time for that right now. We got hit hard just there, but we managed to kill or capture every attacker, except one. I noticed a scout hang back and leg it when things swung our way. If they're bringing back up from the Isle of Dogs, we could be toast. I need you to stop them. They look to be beelining for the comms station north of here. I've got someone to trip the power on it remotely, but that'll only hold them so long. Go snuff out the Hornet before it brings back the nest. The scout was a young lass. Denim fatigue, spiky hair. Should be easy to spot. Now go. If you need medical attention, I can take a look at you, but I can't do miracles. And wipe those questions off your tongue. We've got no time for that.
Is she a doctor?
Need help?
Railway spine. I was in a train crash and I haven't felt right ever since.
Can't
Can you
say
help?
I've treated a survivor of a rail accident before. This'll be interesting.
Alright, this seems promising. This will be one of our two ailments fixed, surely.
There. You were suffering from some kind of psychological distress, probably brought on by the crash. That remedy should do the trick. Just remember those breathing exercises.
Okay. Not sure why that was called railway spine then. I need medical assistance. Well, I don't, but I could do with spare medical supplies. Some kind of graphical glitch there. Does she have stim packs? She does. 15 stim packs, but they're all very expensive. We literally just have 8 tickets. Well, we picked up a load of stuff, so let's see if any of it's worth selling. Very little. This is not worth too much. None of it is worth much. Okay, that's a shame.
Do you need medical assistance?
Let's see, is she willing to help us for free? 30 tickets. What if I'm low on tickets? Does she still offer to help? No.
See ya.
Okay. Still, good to know we have the option. So 30 tickets. Definitely an Amazon reference, surely. Well, okay, here we are in the Swan and Mitre. It appears to be the base of the Vagabonds. A bit of a ruined pub. Interesting looking location. Let's grab ourselves some of this Syndicate stuff. So the pear is presumably a decent option for recovering some hit points. Let's put that knife away because its animation is quite intrusive. A few more bodies here, so tickets, more pistols. We'll take all of that. Shotgun. Yeah, that's good to have. Syndicate pup. Just the basic dog opponent. Alright, well, I think we have done enough for this first episode. So we have had a couple of crashes. If the game is willing to be fairly stable from now on, and if there is enough interest, I will certainly have a think about continuing this series. Do let me know if you'd like to see that. Do check the description where you will find the playlist link. All further episodes will be added to that playlist. You can also find links to the GOG edition of Fallout 4, which is the recommended version. I am using the Steam version for this playthrough. And you can also pick up Fallout London from GOG as well. Do subscribe if you'd like to be notified of any further episodes. But yeah, that is Fallout London. That is the introduction. And this is potentially the beginning of Percival's tale. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.